Alright guys, today we're moving on to the third normal summon we can test in Dark Magician. Right now in the TCG we're on a tier 0 format, so no matter what a normal summon is, we're probably still going to lose about 90% of the time to CGU tier limits. But, as you can see on screen, today's video is over Aleister. I love Invoked. I played Invoked DM pretty much the entirety of Despia format, that and Branded DM. So that list was weird, that Branded DM list, which I don't have a deck profile of, because I didn't have openings, it's weird and irrelevant. But today I want to get into some combos involving Aleister, explain the Invoked engine a little bit through those who don't know what it is, and we'll get into that now. Alright, for those of you who don't know what the Invoked engine is, you need one of these two cards to start it off. Preferably you want Meltdown, but Aleister also works because if you activate Meltdown, it'll search out your copy of Aleister the Invoker. Then you will normal summon Aleister. Aleister is then going to search out your copy of Invocation. Then you're going to link Aleister into Artemis. You could use Salamangreat Almirage and Secure Gardener for this too. You just need a light monster. Then you can activate Invocation to summon Mechaba by targeting Aleister in grave and the Artemis on field, summoning Mechaba. Which, if you don't know what Mechaba is, it's essentially a Dragoon with no pops, and you have to have that corresponding monster with 500 less attack. And he has no protection. But from here, you can activate Invocation affecting grave, targeting the Aleister in your banish zone, add it back to hand. And now, if somebody tries to swing over your Mechaba, you can activate the Aleister in hand and boost him by 1,000, putting him at 3,500 until the end of that turn. And you guarantee you have a monster negate off of Mechaba. And or you have recursion for next turn. The Invoked engine is very good and very consistent. Now let's see how it interacts with the Dark Magician cards we all know and love. Alright guys, so I've showed a version of this combo in my Dark Magician combo series, but remember, under Meltdown, they cannot respond to your fusion summon. They can Ash, it's just the same as Branded Lost. Lost is worded just like Meltdown. So if you're familiar how Lost works, you know how Meltdown works. So what you can do is you can activate Meltdown's effect, search out your copy of Aleister, normal summon your copy of Aleister. Aleister will then search out your copy of Invocation. Use Soul's effect to send and summon Dark Magician. Then you're going to use your effective Illusion of Chaos to add Timaeus to your hand, putting him up, linking Aleister into Artemis. Activate the effect of Timaeus, send Artemis to the grave, and summon Timaeus. Activate the effect of Invocation, which will in turn banish Aleister and Artemis. Summon Mechaba. Activate the effect of Invocation, add back Aleister, in case if maybe you didn't have Meltdown and they had a way to stop Timaeus from fusing, that's a monster effect, you have a way to do that. So now you can use your effect of Timaeus to fusion summon. Actually, we're not going to chain that. Misclicked. We're going to fuse with Timaeus and DM, obviously make Dragoon. Now you have 2 Omni Negates, and you still have 4 cards in your hand. Right? You use Meltdown, Souls, and Illusion of Chaos. Again, that could have been Timaeus, but Illusion of Chaos is a little bit better, and you recycle the Aleister. So you start off with 5, minus 2. You have 3, okay? But anyway, not bad. So anyway, let's get into another combo involving Aleister. Alright, Aleister Souls and Secrets. Now, you're barely ever going to normal summon Rod in a Invoked Dark Magician deck, just because Rod's not as good. And if you do need it, you have 3 prep, 3 Illusion of Chaos. You can get to it if you need it. But here, you're going to start off just like before. Normal summon your copy of Aleister, which will search out your copy Invocation. Link Aleister off into Artemis. In this scenario, you can't do Almirage and Secure Gardener. You do need the Artemis. Use the effect of Magician Souls to send Dark Magician to the graveyard and summon Dark Magician. Activate your copy of Secrets or Invocation. Doesn't really matter in this scenario. Because all you're going to do is you're going to summon the Dark Magicians, activate your copy of Invocation. But it will matter because you do get to draw 1 off the Dark Magicians. Granted, they could Ash that, but they would have Ash Aleister. But anyway, moving on, not the point. You banish those 2, summon out Mechaba, activate the trigger effect of the Dark Magician, which searches you Meltdown. So then you could obviously activate Meltdown, search out your Aleister, but it won't always be Meltdown. It could be a hand trap. And then you can activate your effective invocation and add Aleister back to your hand that is banished. So, not bad. There's one more cool interaction with the Aleister engine that I want to show. And make sure you let me know in the comments what your opinion on Invoked DM is. Alright, niche little 4-card combo that you can do. It won't come up very often. But you're going to start off with Illusion of Chaos, add your copy of Magician's Souls. You're going to keep the Illusion of Chaos in your hand and put Upstart back up. Activate Meltdown again, that you could just hard play Aleister, search out your copy of Aleister the Invoker. Then normal summon your Aleister. Bait any hand traps you can. Link this into Artemis. Activate the effect of Magician's Souls. Send DM to the grave and summon it. Activate your copy of Secrets of Dark Magic. Again, you could make the Dark Magicians here, but in this scenario, we're actually making Master of Chaos. Master of Chaos effect would then activate, which a lot of the time I don't play Master of Chaos at all. He's not a bad card. He does serve as like a pseudo extender, but especially in Invoked DM, because you're playing like 2 Mechaba, Agodes, and Purgatrio, you probably don't want to play this. But from here, you can special back your Dark Magician. And then, before you commit the Mechaba, and you banish Artemis, you could then banish your opponent's home field by tributing the effect of, by tributing Artemis and Dark Magician. And then you would obviously activate your effective invocation, assume these two aren't here, banish them both, summon Mechaba, use invocations affecting grave, add Aleister back to your hand. The Dark Magician wouldn't be here if you use Master Chaos's effect, but it's still a combo you can do. Anyway, this is it for me today. Let me know your opinion on Invoked DM, on if you like Aleister. Personally, I really like Invoked DM, even with no Anaconda. It was way better with Anaconda, I will say that. But anyway, it's it for me. Peace.